Okie dokie, folks. Well, we're back on another fun-filled day adding cross members to the old frame here. I have to first copy this one that the fuel tank connects to. So that'll be my first task. First I'll need to figure out how to get that profile where the tank bolts on at an angle like this. It's, they made it so easy because it's, flat, not. See how the bolts broke off in here? Yeah. It was gonna be a pain in the butt no matter what, so. Anyway, that's where we're gonna start. And, should be a good day, I hope. So let's have some fun. Here we go. Let's try this again. Okay, looks like it's following me now. All right, I'm gonna try to use some of these leftover frame trimmings. Where I want to be. For instance, this. I'm sure it's going to take some modifications. Get her in there. But the height's the same. Probably have to take and clean my bench off. That'd be nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's gonna be a warmer one today, I can tell. Not a fan of hot weather. But you get what you get. Yes. So, see what I'm going for here? And we'll put make a piece that goes from down onto some, I probably have a certain amount of supply of this stuff here. It's a bit overkill, but make a good piece in there. I don't know if I even need that much of a hoop in there. I guess I could. I could cut the factory stuff out of there, but I don't know. It's not rotted through or anything, but yeah, it's got some stuff going on. See this here? No. Ain't doing it again. Resurrected this thing with a stock frame the last time. And, well, it got me about 8 years, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, maybe a little longer, maybe 10 years. But, yeah, learn your lessons, right? You try to. But I got some more of that tubing out in the grove. So I'm going to let you guys sleep for a minute. All right. Now this is hard to see, but I'm figuring out the offset. We're going with this rectangular tubing for these sides, but then I need to know that the difference from the bottom of the frame to the top of this little arc here, and it's 5 inches. So if I make this arc up to the center, to the 5-inch level, it should be fine to clear that drive shaft. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do something more exciting. I'll show you here in a minute. Okay? Yes, I could turn this, but once that's square, you don't want to mess with that. Ever. I don't. That's me. I'm a crazy person. So I'll clamp it to this other part. Woo! Right here. Right there, I'll do it. Okay. Well, I'm not going to bore you with all this noise and sparks, so I'm going to pause you for a little bit. Okay, so I got that piece cut and I got it set in there. Can't hear myself think. I don't know why you're looking over here, but look over here. Anyway, so now I'm transferring this one. I know it's kind of a redneck method here, but it works good enough for what I'm doing. So, get this lined up like the other one, and then I'll transfer this here, and this one here. Always mark where it comes from so you don't, forget. Then I'll transfer this a little darker. Retrace it, I guess you could say. This one. That. Now I can choppity chop this in the chop saw here. Just like I did the other one. Cool enough? All right. Okay, we're back. I'm ready to weld this. I got my little girlfriend Goop here. She's gotta get out of the way. She doesn't know she's in danger. Hey there, babe. Okay, let's see here. When we get low on the old gas. Oh, here's what I'm gonna do. Take this loose. So then I want to make the pie section out of here to mimic this profile. So, what if we to cut this so that it lines up with that? Well, it's not going to be exact, but might be better off just cutting this off with glass and then making a plate to go from here to there. And actually what I need to do is go from that to that, because that'll give me room for like a 1/4 inch plate. because this piece here is going to end up short, about 3/4 of an inch. So that's what we'll do. I'll mark it on the other side as well. Over 6 inches, 6 1/4. Yep. 6 1/4. So in order to get this over there, I need to transfer it the other side again. Oh, I'll let you know when I get this done. Okay, peoples. So I got this cut out. All I need to do is get some flat, fill in them spaces. Obviously not aluminum. Let's see what we got. That's a little small. Wow. Look at that. Fits right in there. They didn't try. That's nuts. We'll find another piece here. Not an exact fit like that one, of course. But you know what they say, it's better to be lucky than good. I'm definitely not good. Well, here's the same thickness. I'll just copy said piece over on my little mini bandsaw. And I want to trim it down just a little so that it sits so you can have a little edge like this, and you can just feel that right there, and she'll be rock and roll, baby. So I need to cut off about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch, not quite. So 2 1/4 would be plenty. And we're at 2 1/2, so yep, 1/4 inch. I won't worry with that, but that's what I'll be doing next, and I'll show you a progress report in a minute. Well, we're going to zap these plates in here now, so you can see how that's going to work. That's welded in. We'll update you after a bit when I'm done doing something else. Well, here's the cross member. Or my version of one. This is what the front of the fuel tank hooks to. So I'm going to need to do a little grinding and shaping to get it to fit in the frame there. But it ought to be majorly strong compared to the factory one, because one thing, this is quarter wall here and these are 3/16. Man, it looks like a gun. Follow me over here. Not quite. We'll spin the old base. Hello. Hello. Seeing me? Okay. So anyway, so I just need to do a little shaping. But work like a champ. We'll weld her in there. And we'll start working on the bracket for the fuel tank. So yeah, you know, measure 10 times, cut once. Shape it to, you know, things kind of just form into something similar that you got going in your head. You know, you just make it work. Not no expert at this, but we're gonna get it done because, you know, having this done for you would be very, very expensive. And it's like I've reached the end of my thing here again. Come on. Over here, buddy. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. So, take it easy. Hello. Come on, little buddy, you can follow me. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna start grinding this cross member I made to fit. I think I'll start with a little bit of buff and grinding on the old frame. Poor little goop here is gonna have to get up and out of the way. But since I need to do a little bit of grinding, I'm gonna have to take this off. Save my battery. Okay. Driver. Well. watching me? Boom. A little higher. Not impressed. Not impressed. We should get the clamp. Clamp it, Jed. Magnets aren't my favorite. Put a clamp on. Well, good job. Now, just start dropping it. All right, got that welded in. Woo! Yo! We're going to be making a cross member for behind the gas tank, because gas tank goes right here. And the other one goes about here, then the gas tank sits right here. So I need to make the brackets for that to weld onto these cross members. And that is my next goal. Once that's done, then I can weld on the spring brackets for the rear end and get that mounted. But that is it for right now until I start chopping this little dog here. So I need to get my measurement, because I'm going to need to make 2 cross members out of this yet, and hopefully Hopefully I got enough metal. Where'd I put that tape measure? Okay. Let's do a measurement here. Let's see, I wrote this down. I know I did. Let's see. 36 and a quarter. This one back here should be close to the same. Yep. Okay. So $80 that'll be plenty there. Because 36 and a quarter and 36 a quarter makes what? 72 and a half. Come on. What school did you go to? Here's Goop. Hey, Goop. Oh, she don't want to play today. Must be getting ready to download. Little Goop. All right, we lose her. Lost me. Okay. Goop's gonna run the chop saw. Ready? Just kidding. All right. Well, we'll talk to you later. Well, Goop had a little bit of a delivery here. Looks like we got 6 new little kitties. Wow. Shop cat. What do you do? Anyway, we made a little progress on the fuel tank mount. Oh boy. So let's get over here. So I made a little piece of angle iron and bolted it to this fuel tank, which I'm positioning to get it level, which it's pretty close right now. I gotta get it a little closer, but so we're making an L bracket over here on the back to this cross member, which I cut out and didn't show on yesterday's video. So I needed to know where to position that. I need to go forward with it a little bit yet because you can see it's not quite in the right place yet, but we're getting her there. We got to had to have it so that the fuel neck was above frame, and it's still below the frame itself, just enough to clear. So tomorrow will be another game, another day in the game. We'll get the fuel tank mounted with the new one in there and make sure it fits like it's supposed to. And then we'll weld that cross member in and finish that L bracket, weld the other bracket in, and then we'll go on to doing finish this cross member here, and then put the rear cross member, which goes from there to there, somewhere in there. And let's see, well, I guess then we go and get the rear end mounted under it and keep progressing. So then I'll have to make a couple of brackets for the front of the box, which they stick up from here to about here roughly. So yeah, I'll have to make some brackets for that. The back one is just a piece of angle iron, basically, that's right about here. And then I don't know if there's another one back here or not. So there's at least 6 bolts that hold this box on, if not 8, which is kind of overkill in my opinion. But that's gonna be it for today. I want to throw this video out and we'll do another one next week. So you guys have a good one. And thanks for watching. Oh yeah, my daughter-in-law made me some new shirts. So fun. They're awesome. Oh, the cute little kitties. No black ones again. Oh well.